we treat everybody from Chicago as a family. You know what I'm saying? You seeing those memes? Like, there's hella Naperville memes. They went crazy. You're not from Chicago. You're from Naperville.
I love Naperville memes.
What, Naper Kill?
is that a thing?
Yeah, Naper Kill was a
For
thing.
real?
Yeah. There was a band called Naper Kill.
Wow, hard. I'm moshing.
Missed opportunity. Go crazy. Yes, sir. We're live and direct and on demand at the Face Value Podcast. I go by the name of Saint Icky, Ig Saint. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here with my weekly powwow with my homies. Nady Jizax, what up?
Howdy, folks.
Howdy, folks.
Let's go.
Spot on, nailed it.
Thanks.
Is that your catchphrase?
Good looks.
Bailey Funk, what up?
Hello, world.
Hello, we gotta get you a good drop again, yo.
Yeah, I told you the horns work, man.
Fuck, I forgot which one it was.
Let's go orange. My bad.
That works. Stand up for the queen. No, it's fine.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. Back in the land.
And today we got a very special guest, a longtime friend of mine, bandmate, and overall great person.
Keep it going.
Musically, this man has put me on so many bands in my lifetime.
Yo, talk your
You definitely
shit.
top 3 people that have put me on to bands in my life. We got my homeboy MJ, aka Niels.
I need like a drop. So
Hit that orange.
I told you. The horn's pretty good.
Yeah, right.
Hello, world.
But also, hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy. I'll just do that. Hey, Jimmy.
One time for Jimmy. Jimmy put out a song today, let me say.
Yes.
Y'all all go and listen to Jimmy's song on his Instagram, yo, because he just rapped for like 5 minutes. I forgot that Jimmy knows how to rap.
Yeah.
Like off the cuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jimmy.
That's pretty dope.
It's hard, too.
Jimmy played last year for Bailey's party at the Clipper, and he'd been doing the pod for us for years. And I heard his music and like his like melodic shit, but he was up there rapping his ass off. We're all looking at each other like, what?
Jimmy used to be in, what's the name of Jimmy's old band? You probably know Jimmy's old band. Up from the Wormwood. You ever heard of them?
Me?
Yeah.
Hell no.
They used to play like Sound Lab and shit.
Oh, okay.
Back in them days, they was one of them bands for real.
You know what's
That's
funny?
a hard name.
Names like that, when you say SoundCloud, like it reminds me of like, so I was talking to Julian, our friend, recently, and he was like, you know who's playing on Halloween? Jerome.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about Jerome.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Me and Julian were just talking about this the other day.
It's wild.
They're back.
They're back.
Wow.
He's like, I'm 16 again. My
Yeah.
pants are getting a little bit tighter. It's all good. You know?
Lamgoat.com,
I
baby.
can't believe that. Not
Tell the
Jerome.
people, because y'all know I don't know anything. So tell the people what that is. Is that a person?
It's this old
or it's a
band. No, it's a band.
That's a very hard
Name
band
used to be-
name.
Like we're talking
Jerome.
We're talking like MySpace era, like top. Oh, you saw that band at top 5 kind of shit. It's heavy as heavy back then.
No, I remember being scared in the Jerome pit.
Going to a show of Erebus and Jerome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like OG, like grindcore, like
Yeah.
noisecore, like
Nice.
shit in Chicago.
Okay.
It's tight. I knew about them as like a kid in
How
Texas.
you know about them for real?
MySpace.
Because I'm a hardcore kid.
Yeah.
And I have been my whole life.
MySpace is like you knew about everything back then, you know?
That's crazy as hell. That was some local.
I knew about them as a kid in Texas.
Damn. Shout out to Jerome, though. Shout out to the all happy.
Playing at a show near you.
Yeah.
Yo. But yeah, so me and MJ have known each other for a long time. We've been in the scenes together for a long time. Back in high, I know you since high school, bro. We used to be in a band. In my very first band, MJ was my bandmate called Mount Young. We were hard. We were just sitting here. He was like,
It was called what? Say it again?
Mount Young.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
a-
My bad.
It doesn't mean anything. You don't have to ask. It's fine.
I mean, yeah.
You got that. No, because when we first did that shit, it was supposed to be like a fake band for real. We was just trying to take pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the best bands.
We played. We were hanging out after a sleep show
Yeah.
at a party, and we were drinking Smirnoff Ices because we couldn't get anything else because we were like freaking 19.
Yeah.
And they're delicious.
I mean,
They used to be. That
you
was
go,
before I liked beer.
you go back to that. There's a reason why people get ice. It's not great. It's not great. But yeah, we were just all hanging out on the corner, and this sounds lame, but some girls came up and they're like, "Oh, you guys like in your band? You're in a band?" And Harry's like, "Yes, this is my singer." and, and it went from there, and then it became real.
Not the Riz became the long game.
No, we had took pictures because I was really just trying
we
to.
did.
I was really just trying to get laid at that point in my
Built
life.
off horniness.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Built off horniness for real.
You's a freaky ass.
and somehow they got booked for shows and like played some pretty big shows.
Yeah, we
and
played some
stuff.
pretty decent shows. For real.
I quit like 6 times.
Yeah,
It was the
I
real
was the
drama.
screamer and MJ
Yeah.
was our singer. We were in like
Yeah.
a Dance Gavin Dance like type setup.
Oh, true. Well, number 12 looks like you set up.
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
But we played with like the Bled.
Yeah.
We played with
Hard.
Chiodos nigga.
yeah.
Craig Owens.
Throw it back. Enter Shikari.
Enter Shakari. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Bro. Enter Shakari.
I played a show in Shikari. That's
Yeah.
funny as hell.
They're so nice.
Yeah.
They're so nice.
But yeah, G. But like low key, what you don't actually really know is from that shit. Like you were the first person I ever wrote music with.
Really?
Ever.
Okay. I mean, like I remember, like we go into your. Okay, I have to sum this up before I say it. We would go into your bathroom to record.
Oh yeah.
Because you didn't have mics or anything.
I had that MacBook.
You had the MacBook,
Oh, yeah.
but I remember like when we were trying to do vocals for scratch tracks from Matt. I forget his name, but he's from Rebus. Like he
Yeah,
plays, and your mic broke, and you're using your iPhone.
Because I was an idiot. And
So you were just screaming in your bathroom with me sitting there, and it was just like
Hard.
this is a lot, dude. But it worked, But it was fun. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. No, yeah, I had tweaked. At that point, I didn't know that you had to have an interface.
Yeah.
So I plugged the cords right in my laptop, blew the sound card.
Times were different, and GarageBand's kind of a blessing, honestly. Like it's like it was free software for all that crap. Like you said, you never wanted to do music before, but when you had the opportunity, it was right on your computer.
Right.
That's pretty dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, but like I was saying, you definitely the very first person I ever wrote music with. Now I even remember being back then, like admiring your pen for real. Like, when did you start writing shit down for it? When did you start like trying to put songs together, or even any kind of like words together?
You know, when it comes to writing, like for a long time, I was always pen to paper, and pen to paper felt like natural, right? It just flows because you don't think about it. Like, especially when it's pen, because you can fuck up, but you can't write it, you can't erase it. So like that was my thing. It was like write in pen, so your thoughts are always there. Your thoughts are right. But as I got older, like the pen became the enemy because it became a keyboard, and I can't write stream of conscious with a keyboard. It just doesn't work for me. So now when I write music, it's always stream of conscious. So like I have to have a phone out or something like that, and I kind of just like sing and I record whatever I do, and then I write it down after. But yeah, I've been writing since I was a child. Like my dad was in bands. I was always around music growing up, so I was always inspired to write my whole life. Yeah.
Do you find it easier to, I guess, like with recording and writing?
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone is lucky enough to have like a studio or like a recording like setup. Do you find it easier to kind of just like record yourself and just like say things and then put things together, like almost like in a punch in kind of way?
I think so because
I think that's easier
Yeah.
than writing.
I think so.
Like physically writing.
Because I get in my own head. I'll go back to that whatever I wrote, or I'll record something, and if it's and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I don't want to jump the gun.
No, you're good.
But it's just writing is for me becomes like if it's in my head, it's good enough, and like that's what I've been trying to kind of preach to myself is if you record the first take, it's fine if it's a little bit off.
Yeah.
Because that's what your heart was trying to kind of express.
Exactly. And you can tweak it there.
You can tweak it after if you want.
Yeah.
But like if you're going in and recording, I've been to studios where they go in and they record shit like 100 times, and like by the end,
You're
it
drained.
sounds good, and everyone's like, "Oh, it sounds so good," but like in your heart of hearts, it's vapid. It doesn't mean anything anymore because those words were 5,000 takes ago.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of artists fall victim to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be falling victim to that shit for real. And I hate it too because I know when it happened.
Yeah.
I know like when I'll be like, I'm going to go back because now I'll be saving my takes. And you know what I'm saying? I'll go
Yeah.
back and flip through the takes. Now I get on like the fifth one. I'm like, damn, I ain't going to use none of these. I'm never going to get it for real. I just might as well roll with the third one. Then I'll be like, fuck it, let me do it again.
I think that's what's great about Logic, though, right? Because Logic will save every single one of your takes. So, like, even if you think that it's not good, you can send it to your friend or whatever, and he's like, I like the first one. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I'll be up till 3 a.m. I'll be like, just doing takes and then end up rolling with the original one.
No, yeah, always. That's the best, though.
Yeah, at least you did it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we got right in. Wait, go ahead.
Get your reps in. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you got to get your reps
That
in.
workout.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to get that in for real. But before we get too deep, I forgot to even say
My bad.
the project. You just dropped a new project 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
What's the name of it?
Find the Light.
And it's under Neels. Go look that up. Kneels.
Yes.
It's so good, dude. Now that you're sitting here and I can sing your praise because this is like when we do this and when you're supposed to get your flowers right now, dude. It is so good.
Do not be
so
modest
good.
at all on this podcast.
No, I'm humbled. Honestly, it's been, man. I'm not gonna cry. It's okay.
My favorite line.
No, it's just I've been writing music for a long time, and I've never had something where people really connected to. And this is the first project where people are like, I cried during one of your songs. Like I felt something, and that felt so real. And it kind of reflects back to piggyback of what I said before about like just go off with the first thing. Your heart, what you say matters, and like. Neils was a January project. So I don't know if you're familiar with January, anyone, but January is you write 30 songs in 30 days, no retakes. You write a song a day, and that's it. And me and my friend Dan Ryan.
Shout out Dan Ryan,
Dan
my
Ryan.
boy.
What a
legend.
talented legend, man. Like that guy's insane. Like he could be famous if he wanted to, like 100%. But anyways, he has been working with me since I was probably like 17. He was the reason why I picked up a guitar. Nice. But I kind of lost track where I was. But
January.
January. So like he hit me up and he was like, let's do January. And at first we were like just experimenting because we were in projects before and like we were so afraid to like go down that road of like this sounds like our old stuff. We wanted to branch out. We wanted to do something different. So we were like, Dan has like every synth in the world, and I downloaded every plugin you can think of, and I was just like messing with my voice and trying to do all these things, and then like day 3 hit, and we're like, this doesn't feel authentic. This is not us. And then I sent him a phone recording of just acoustic guitar, and that became the song Hillside. And that's like iPhones are amazing. Like you can just capture a moment. Like the speaker on that thing is insane, and. Hillside is a lot of people's favorite track on the album, and I was so pissed when he sent me that back, honestly, because I was like, Dan, this is day 3. I cannot replicate what you just did vocally. Like, it's insane. Like, I'm sorry, it was like what the moment was, but yeah, January is you record a song a day, you cannot go back to it. So every song that you hear on the album, it was recorded and done in one day.
Oh,
That's
for real?
Ill.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Bro.
So drums were added after the fact, but bass, vocals, everything. Dan and I, iCloud Drive, shout out Apple.
Big shout out.
What's cool about it is you can take Logic files and just drop the whole file
Right.
to
Yeah.
the plugins and everything. So like we were doing that back and forth, and like it was like we did 30 songs, and these were the 9 that really like. We had 8 originally, and then we decided to put one more on it, and that's what happened. And we're really looking forward to what happens next. And we want to still limit ourselves because we felt like that's what kind of worked better for us. Yeah.
I feel like anytime I've ever written music in any form, the illest approach is to write as many songs as possible and then just pick the sickest ones.
Yeah. And when they're sick, you're like.
Yeah, you just know.
It's that not to sound conceited, but you go like, I did that.
Yeah,
It's so humbling. It feels so good to be like, am I good?
Yeah.
It's like that weird feeling.
Yeah.
You're
yo,
like, this is
yeah.
tight. I would listen to this.
Yeah. Outside of myself,
Yeah.
if this was on, I'd be like, this is a dope track, and
Yeah.
we all aspired to get there,
Yeah.
right? Like that's the beauty of art. Is
Hell
like
yeah.
you want to, if you do art, you want to make the art that you would want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not when everyone else. And that's really hard, right? Is to like get out of your own head, because like I don't know about you, because you said you're in the music industry for a long time, and so are you. But like when you write music, it's so hard to be like, I'm writing this for myself versus like what someone might
Yeah,
like.
for real.
It's like I've always felt like it's like my toe is like on the line in between both.
Yo.
Like
Yeah.
it's hard when you're
Yeah.
like, because I've done like rap, I've done hardcore, I've done like, you know, singing, like all kinds of shit, and it's like you're trying to like be like talk about your feelings and talk and express yourself, and you're kind of hindered by trying to be catchy and like what will people like.
Yeah.
So I feel like you don't get to like fully express yourself. Sorry, I like
Yeah.
dog walked that, but
No,
yeah,
that's 100% what I was trying to get at. Is
Yeah.
it's so hard to be authentic sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, authentic. You know, it's subjective, sure, but like you know what it is at the end of the day.
Me and Jamal were doing an interview the other day, and like I was talking about writing, how I be finding it hard to I'm trying to find balance in between writing what I'm really thinking instead of writing what I think I want myself to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'll be having like an image of myself that I'll be trying to fulfill. I'm like, that's not actually me. That's just what I want niggas to think that that's what I am. You know what I'm saying?
I think going into a project with a blank slate is like the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Is like no objectives. Like if it goes to like anything, like art, like writing, like music, like anything in life. If you go in like empty-handed, you're gonna get the best results because you went in there with an open mind.
Do you listen to music while you're in the creative process, or you try not to?
I try not to because it really kind of limits my vocal takes and like how I'm trying to like phrase things. And, like it's unintentional, but it's there.
Yeah.
If anything, I find myself listening to myself and I'm like, oh, I'm an asshole. Like, like why am I listening to myself
Yeah.
at 25 years old? Like, it's just like, that's not who I am anymore.
No, I be go back and listen to old songs. Like,
Yeah.
I'm raw for real. I was going crazy. I'm like, motherfuckers ain't hear me. Hear what I'm
We
saying.
need to find those Mountain AM tracks. They're lost to time, dude.
Yeah, them shit's gone, yo.
Yeah,
I
are
was
they on
actually
Apple
mad.
Music?
They're
Hell
gone.
no.
They're on MySpace.
That's
and
on
like-
YouTube though, right?
No,
YouTube.
hell no. This is before
there,
YouTube.
there
dude.
is a video on YouTube of us.
There's videos
I
of
was just about to
YouTube.
say, Perry
Yeah.
showed me videos of you guys on YouTube.
No,
It
but
had
like
to have been.
MySpace did the world bogus. for
Didn't
real.
he?
They
Super
sure
bogus.
did. They
And
sure
wiped
did. Fuck you,
everybody
Tom.
shit off of there, G.
You wiped off like years of my life in Messenger.
Oh my soul, yo. We had like 4-5 songs up there for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, we had and then like it kind of bums me out with that because like we had so many songs we didn't record, and they're just gone. You know, like,
Yeah.
that's the weird thing about
No,
being a
because
band. You
that's
know?
what got me really thinking when MySpace did that. That got me really thinking that like, so if the songs are deleted,
Yeah,
did we actually even make them? Like, do they even really exist? They don't exist. And then, but like, what happened to them though? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You did it
like,
though.
like digital space, like,
it's for us now. It's not for the world.
but like, so those songs was never written. For
It's
real.
lost in the matrix.
So those
There's like
songs
a
are-
6
Straight
and a
up.
0 and a 2.
Like
There's
it went somewhere. It was created, and so it had to go somewhere.
There's a Marvel alternate universe where Mountain AM is like Radiohead right now.
On my stuff.
Like for real. Like I'm Tom York, you know.
I love that. I'm Tom York. It's your boy.
I'm sorry. That's conceited. That's
apologize.
conceited.
No, I love that. I
Get
love
your
that.
shit off. What made you come up with the name Niels? And I saw it live.
Dan made it up. I'm really bad at band names.
Yeah.
So Dan just sent it to me, and I was like, "That's dope. I love that so much." Like,
Yeah.
like just it sounds like I looked it up on like Spotify. There's no bands called that. And
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
bro.
what the frick? Like, what are the chances? And like, it was unique.
Yeah, that's an ill
And
name. Yeah.
before we even did any
Aesthetically
music,
too, the letters. Sorry to
no,
cut you off.
no. It's perfect. It's. I told. So on the album cover, we'll get. I don't want to get too much into that, but like, the writing on the side was my wife's handwriting, and when I saw that, I just saw her name and like the handwriting, and like you said, the name was like unique. And like when I saw my wife's handwriting it, I was like, I was like floored. I was like, this means so much more than any band name ever had for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm thankful that my best friend in the world wrote it and created it. And then my wife was able to write it. And it was a weirdly, really connection. It was beautiful.
That's
So,
dope. And I feel like the name matches the music so well.
I love the name. Shout out Dan Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, you talented, beautiful boy.
Yeah, I really love the project, and I had to write it up here just so I could tell you these exact words.
Okay.
After listening to the whole thing from front to back,
Yeah.
it really felt like a nostalgic acoustic hug.
Damn.
And that's the best way I could put, because I was like, I don't know what I could say
That's
about
perfect.
this, but like, it's exactly up my alley, one. And like, just listening to it, it brought me to a special kind of place. It almost felt nostalgic. Like, yeah, it's beautiful. I love it, man.
That's so damn.
That's the heaviest one I got. I'll stop. I'll ease up.
No, keep it going. Push me up.
I highly recommend y'all check it out, for real.
So what's really cool, I touched on it before, but since you listened to it, so the song Left Door Open, so track 3 on the record, to give you an idea of how raw the album actually was, when you listen to that song, it's me in the shower, and I was trying to figure out what to do that day, and I couldn't figure it out. So I took out my phone, I started singing, and I sent that to Dan, and you hear water, that's the shower. You hear me, that is me in the shower off an iPhone. And then the guitar, which is any musician knows is insane, they added the guitar after. What? So it's like he worked the guitar around my vocal in one take. Because like, I couldn't
Crazy.
I couldn't redo it. It's an iPhone.
Yeah.
So like, that's what you hear is just me spilling my heart, thinking of my wife, like it's that those lyrics somehow how they flow is just like how I'm not like, how the hell did I think of that? It's more of like I'm floored that she meant so much to me that I was able to say that so easily.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Hi,
That's
Claire.
so
Hi, Claire.
beautiful. Yeah, that's
Sorry.
great. Oh my god.
I know I'm in love. It's okay.
I love that, man.
Love
I love
is-
that.
love
Love
is-
is a beautiful
love
The
thing.
sickest thing ever.
Hell yeah.
I'm
For
deeply
real.
in it, so I feel you.
So sorry, but yes. So the album, Dan really likes Elliott Smith, and I feel like you get a lot of Elliott Smith in this record.
Okay.
I'm kind of all over the place musically, and I think you get that from me as well. I really love Yellow Tango, and I think I think you can kind of get some of that from that. I love like there was a band called Mansions back in the day. They're like a pop punky band, and he had an acoustic record, and like the way he like phrases things is really really cool. As Cities Burn and that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
The way they like, phrase things always loved because like it's not normal, and like I feel like I've always kind of attached myself to that, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
so to go back to it. I'm sorry. I really appreciate the kind words, and the feels like a nostalgic hug is like crazy. Like that's so dope. Thank you.
Hell yeah, yeah. How did you come up with the name?
Find a Light. We wrote a song that didn't make the record, and it was one of the lyrics was "Find a Light," and once again, it was my wife actually singing on that song. And I'm sorry, I just burped in the mic. And
We all do it.
Sure, we drink mad beers.
mad beer,
Mad beers,
mad
bro.
beers, dude.
Sorry.
No. I was gonna make a really bad joke. I was like, oh wait, Hulk Hogan sucks. So I'm not gonna do it. So I backtracked off it. I was trying to think of another wrestler. I'm like, it's not working. But yeah, it's so the Final Light came from a lyrics that I wrote, but then Claire sang on the record. And when I was listening to like the songs back, there was just like this sense of like trying to find yourself in the lyrics across the whole thing, and about depression, about anxiety, about being bipolar and all that jazz. And you got to find the light in the small things. And that's kind of like where the lyrics were in a song that didn't make it, was just trying to like, even though the lyrics in the song that didn't make it were like, even though like a situation might suck, you always got to find like it. But if it means something to you, you got to find the bright side. So the record as a whole that's how we find the light, is finding like the goodness and the bad, even though it might hurt us in the end.
Well said. I love that.
Thank you. That was a rant. I'm so
No, that was fire.
Dude, this is where you do it.
We're interviewing
you
sitting
on a
here
podcast.
thinking. I'm sitting here thinking.
Yeah, I'm really. Yeah, you're tapping in.
For real, you got me sitting here.
Yeah,
like,
you're pulling at my heartstrings. You're making me like contemplate things.
Told
Like,
you.
but that's beautiful.
MJ been doing this to me for 25 years.
You're used to this effect.
don't give away our fucking ages. Dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, 25 is
25
That's wild.
We beep this out.
20.
Yeah, can you just peep out that whole section, please? He is 19.
Probably like 19 to 20. Y'all be saying, I remember being a kid sitting there smoking like, damn. You right, bro.
Hey, if you got a pack of 27s, pass them on.
perfect cigarette for that age. Perfect cigarette. That was the cigarette.
What? Oh my god, that's so sick.
Smoke them if you got them.
If you can't see it.
That's fucking badass. I love that.
Yeah, I quit, but I have a tattoo on my finger.
Memories.
Memories.
You touched on the album art.
Yeah.
Where it's like, and when I first saw that shit, I was like, damn, this is crazy. You said it to me, I would expect it popped up in the text. I was like, damn, this shit is crazy. Like, how did y'all make that?
We had a friend, I believe it's AI, unfortunately, but like, it is what it is.
You gotta know how to freak AI though. You just can't go in there and just be like AI me cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Please cover AI. No, our friend from Wisconsin, just like, I don't know why, he just like Discorded messaged me, and it was that picture, and I was like, fuck, this is creepy as shit. But like, I kept more looking at it, and I was like, no, I get it. Like, I don't want to get like too like crazy. We kind of get into the picture that I saw when I got it. Like I mentioned before, how like the idea of the album kind of felt at the end like we were like putting on, like we are trying to find the light in ourselves. And when I saw the cover and I kind of like wanted it to be the cover, I started realizing like that's Elvis, right? But like he looks broken. So when Elvis passed away, everyone saw this like great figure as God, but he was broken on the inside. So the cover to me was like, when I saw the AI art, I was like, damn, like this is the mask off. This is who the person actually is. It's broken. And, I mentioned Claire did the writing on the side, and it kind of summed up everything for me, where like the light is behind you and you have to find yourself within it. But like, I mean, the art came to us first, and it kind of like, I don't know if it was like reflective, but at the end of the day, it kind of worked really well. Like I love the art, and like there were reactions to it are absolutely incredible. It's either that is the coolest thing I've ever seen, or why the hell did you send me that at 7 a.m.? And I love that. Like that's what I want. I want that reaction,
I was going to ask you before. Do you find it easier, like, as long as you've been writing music, do you find it easier to write when you're in love or when you're heartbroken? Like, out of both, which is easier?
I have self-sabotaged more times in my life than I can count intentionally when I was like younger.
Okay.
And I think even in this relationship that I was in before, I tried to self-sabotage in the beginning, and it was like, I think as an artist, I was like so wrapped up in the idea of being an artist. And this is like the first record where like I was truly myself lyrically. Like metaphors be damned, like just kind of go forward and like actually like say what you mean, versus like just wrapping it in a metaphor and like trying to make it in a cute little blanket and like figure it out on your own. Yeah. And I think for this one, I realized if you let your guard down, beautiful things can happen. Yeah. And I want to say this really quick. I am not gassing up my lyrics at all. I'm gassing them. I'm just saying, like, to me, like that's what it felt like. It felt more real when I hear them back. There's so many things in other projects I hear back, and I regret saying that because it doesn't mean anything. It's just words. Like, what does it actually mean? And everyone's like, oh, what is this? What does this actually mean? And it's like, I don't know. I wrote it when I was high, but like now these lyrics to me were just like because they were so quick. You had we were just like, here it is, one day done. You weren't able to go back and be like, oh, I'm gonna change this thing and change that thing. You had to be like focused, And yeah, to sum up the question, I think writing when you're broken feels like it's easier, but writing when you're complete actually is easier. Like the idea of writing broken is so attractive to artists, but when you kind of separate yourself and go like, how is good is creative. You have to be creative to feel good, right? You get to wake up and you go into the mirror and smile and be like, say your daily affirmations. And I think that's what comes with like music too. So like you just have to like kind of sit there and like what I did, you got what I did was good and it was good enough. And I think I've never tried this before, and I think I'm gonna continue writing happy.
Yeah.
Like why not?
Hell yeah. You said something that I think was very important in the beginning when you were like, I truly let down my guard, and instead of trying to wrap my words and metaphors and shit and make you figure it out, I just said what I said. Yeah. A lot of time, people don't even realize that that's the guard that you trying to let down for real. You know what I'm saying? You just think, oh, I'm trying to be smart. I want people to think, blah, blah, blah. But like, that be the guard that you got to let down.
Yeah, therapy is beautiful. It kind of like taught me to like be able to let my guard down a little bit. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir. And we're back. And that was Never Wonderland. By my boy MJ and Dan Ryan Niels. Yes, sir.
Very cool.
Yo, so start from the top.
Yeah.
What's your biggest inspiration? Your biggest inspirations in music?
Let me guess.
Like, let's start from age 1 until right now.
Age 1? If you want to go there.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what I've been listening to in the past month, which is embarrassing as hell? Like POD. Like,
POD
that ain't
rocks.
embarrassing. That's fire.
Like Satellite, that album
Satellite is fire as
rips.
shit.
Like
Southtown is one of the hardest songs I've ever heard in
you
my
know
life.
those kids don't play.
Yeah.
that track
Put it
rips.
down in the streets and like say another day is fine. Make it back in time.
Got the whole one is mine, and thank God that I made it alive. All right, copyright strike. Sorry.
This whole episode gets taken down. Off
No,
of
shout
Southtown.
out Sonny from San Diego.
Let's
my
get
boy.
it.
Yeah, but like Linkin Park when I was
Yeah.
growing up, POD, DC Talk when I was like I couldn't listen.
Hell yeah.
I couldn't listen to like music when I was growing up because my
Yep.
parents were like really really strict. So it was like Switchfoot and DC Talk.
Do you ever fuck with Audio Adrenaline?
I know Audio Adrenaline, but like I'm talking like Newsboys.
Yeah,
like
yeah, dog.
that's how like they're like, oh, Reliant K is too heavy. I'm like, Mom,
Yeah.
like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Remember when Tooth and Nail was like a heavy record label?
Bro.
The nail used to be hard for real.
And then when
Bro.
Solid State happened, there were people
Oh
were like,
my God, dude, the Chariot, Norma Jean,
Yeah.
Pillar, like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness gracious.
Remember when we went to
Like,
Bled Fest? That shit was fire.
that was in a school. Like legitimately, I saw La Dispute play in a gymnasium.
Yeah, that was like down there in the gym.
Like
Hey,
crazy.
Bailey-
Balance of composure. Native.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, I forgot about Native. They
This-
were so good.
literally this Towns Needs Guns first USA show was
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, I remember I got up on them after that too. That Gibbon. Ooh, the Gibbon.
but yeah, let's go back. Let's go
Okay,
back.
sorry,
Let's go
sorry,
back.
sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So you have hardcore roots, obviously.
I do.
You have hardcore and punk roots.
Yeah.
And, where does this all start? Like honestly,
Like how do you
like,
mean?
we're joking about POD and shit. Like
Sure,
that.
sure,
Of
sure.
course,
That was not a joke.
Of course,
I love POD.
that's no for sure.
Well, yeah,
but
well-
of course, that's like the layup into it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, sure.
But
Like important bands in my life. Like
yeah,
when I was younger, I love Thursday.
yeah,
That's what I was gonna guess.
I
was gonna say,
love I love Thrice.
Yeah.
I love Silverstein.
hell yeah.
Okay.
Which is like doesn't age that well. In my opinion.
I
Yo,
still
what's
listen
broken
to
isn't
Smile
easily
Your
fixed,
Sleep.
dog.
Oh my God. Discovering Waterfront rips, okay?
Yeah.
But as I got older, my music, I still listen to hardcore, but I started like embracing other types of music because of outside substances that might have sparked my creativity. So I started listening to like Foles, early
Cool.
Foles.
Early Falls was hard,
Rips,
dude. Yeah,
dude.
riffs all day.
Can I tell a little fun story about them?
Yes, please.
Because this is MySpace. Their show in Chicago, when they first played in Chicago, was sold out at Lincoln Hall. And I didn't know what to do. So I hit them up on MySpace, and I was like, yo, I'll buy you a gram of weed if you let me into the show. within 30 minutes, they responded. And they were like, yes, name, number, we got you.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way. And we get there, and we're in. VIP seats.
Real, bro. That's how you know they real.
Yeah,
Shit,
and
I do.
I got to hang out. Me and
The
Paul.
power of 1 gram of weed
Yeah.
in 2008.
Yeah, no, a gram of weed had a lot of power
Yeah.
in 2008, bro. It don't have no power now. It's worthless now.
But around that time, it was like Foles, Interpol, Block Party.
Yeah, cut copy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cut Copy was
yeah.
great. Grizzly Bear was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lower Dens. Like
Yeah.
Damn, I
dude.
forgot
their
about
Lower Dens guitar tone like inspired so much in my life, like in my early 20s. I bought a Vox AC30 and a Fender.
Nice.
And like all that jazz because of that. And then as I continued getting older, I fell in love with like Radiohead and like Broken Social Scene and the National and Future Islands. Like, gee, man, the Criminy, like they're so good.
God.
And then now, like, I kind of like don't listen to much all of a sudden, and like I don't know if that's like depressing, but like I kind of listen to podcasts more. Like the bands I'm listening to like, recently, like if I could shout outs to them, is like Shame, Mannequin Pussy,
Yeah.
and like that's it. Like Mannequin Pussy's record's been on freaking repeat.
Yeah.
This
Such a
like
good
month.
band.
So good. They
We saw
rap
them,
so
we saw them
cool
earlier
band.
this year.
Did you really?
Yeah,
I'm
and
jealous.
I didn't even give a fuck for it. I didn't even
Oh
know who
my
they
God.
was. I was sitting out there. What are we seeing?
You're seeing one of the best live bands.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
No, they're great. Did you?
Yeah, they went to a dope ass fest for real. They went to dope ass fest in Vegas this
They're-
weekend. La Dispute was playing. Bailey sent me a video of La Dispute. I was like, damn, they played King Park.
Jesus Lizard
If-
played and shit.
If Mannequin Pussy had a more like digestible name to like the mainstream, they'd
Yeah.
be huge. Like they're that
Yeah.
good. They're that good.
They're seriously that good.
Yeah.
Insanely good band.
But like influences, like I was listening to Mannequin Pussy recently, and I was like,
Yeah.
I would love to do something like guitar like this. Vocally, fuck no, I can't do that. But like guitar wise, like their tone is insane. But I really fell in love with like shoegaze in my 30s.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So like My Bloody Valentine.
That's my favorite band of all time.
Lilies. Have you heard of Lilies?
Yeah.
Oh my god, like Lilies,
Lily's is sick.
underrated band from the
That whole
90s.
like
Wake
that
up.
whole like early Creation Records roster is
Yeah.
fucking nuts, yo. Like,
It's like Ride and like
Yeah.
all those bands and like even now you have Nothing and
Yeah.
like you have like and like it's cool. Like
Yeah.
the shoegaze is coming back. Porta Mater. Whew. But like all those bands are great, and I think what I'm trying to say is I'm summed up by I'm influenced by a lot.
yeah.
Even if I had to stretch out, like I love JID, I love Kendrick, I love
Mm-hmm.
I love like lyrical rap, I love A$AP Rock, I love MF Doom. Like I love wordplay. I love being able to like embrace wordplay and cool wordplay. Like, so I'm influenced by like so much music. I try not to like pigeonhole myself into like a certain genre.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to like not do that
Oh,
sometimes.
100%. I mean, there was a time where I was like, there was a record that I wrote originally, where Bad Luck actually put it out. It was a Supermoon
Yeah,
record.
the Supermoon record. I was gonna get into that. You might as well get into that now.
Yeah, I mean, like every single vocal pattern was like a Lilies song. Like
Right.
I didn't mean to. It was just I was obsessed with that album, Scheme of a Photon Band.
Yeah.
I was like obsessed with it. Like I would listen to it like 3 times a day, and like it was just like it was my Bible, you know.
And that's funny you say that because like I really like I mean obviously there's like quite like a shoegaze movement, especially like hardcore adjacent. Thanks to like Nothing and Title Fight and Word and stuff like that. And it's cool that like some of these hardcore bands are like taking some of their like patterns and like just like the way they like scream or sing in like a traditional like shoegaze style,
Yeah.
which is cool. I think it's a cool approach.
That's why like
I'm glad everything's blending together. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. There's a band that's pretty big right now, but like Fountains DC.
Yeah.
Like
They were just here.
they're so heavy.
Yeah.
And like no people don't realize they're on the radio and stuff, and people don't realize how heavy they are.
Yeah.
It's so cool to have that kind of band on the
Yeah.
radio, you know?
Yeah, like, do kids listen to shoegaze? Is
Yes.
it a coincidence that
Shoegaze-
I got into
shoegaze is
shoegaze in my
huge.
30s? I feel like everybody like shoegaze be my age, for real.
Dude, Gen Z loves
Yeah.
shoegaze.
Yeah.
Not to age myself again, but Gen Z loves shoegaze. Like,
I almost feel like shoegaze is bigger than hardcore
Yes.
right now.
yes, like Deftones
Yeah.
are huge again.
Yeah.
They're playing United Center coming up.
Dog, I went and saw. I've seen Slow Dive. I've seen Lush.
Slow Dive, yeah.
And everybody in the crowd. It was like 20 50-year-olds, and the rest were hardcore kids.
I saw.
You know what I mean?
I saw
Yeah.
Sunny Day Real Estate a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And there were so many kids with title fight shirts.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Good job,
Like,
Title
I
Fight.
get
You
it.
did. You did.
I was like,
what
no
you-
wonder I like title fight. Like,
Yeah.
it makes
Yeah.
sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. That, by the way, great show. Like,
Yeah.
shout out Nick from Australia if you're listening. Met that guy at the show. Bought me a drink.
Nice.
It's crazy how big them artists is getting. Like title fight.
Yeah.
Like the fact that like they motherfuckers be doing Taco Bell commercials and shit now. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Scowl and
No.
Turnstile.
That was Turnstile.
Turnstile.
Taco Bell. I'm just saying the
Scowl
fact
did it
that
too.
the
Scowl did it too.
Scowl did it.
Yes.
yeah.
What?
Were they first? They might have been first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's
Turnstile was
crazy.
first.
Scowl in the Taco Bell commercial is crazy.
They don't
for
sound
real.
like you think they do anymore. They
They
sound like
don't-
No Doubt now.
They don't sound like Redita
Oh,
Crush.
for real?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's still cool, but
Are y'all still doing Supermoon?
No.
That shit was fire. I fucked with Supermoon.
No, I appreciate
Yeah, MJ's in a band called Supermoon that back when we were doing Bad Luck, we put out a record together. It was fire. For real. It was one of my favorite records. I love I forget the name of the song, but it was like 3 or 4 songs on there that I
Yeah.
love, bro.
I think you liked Get It Right. I think you liked who cares? It was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But no, it was a fun project for sure. There were a lot of good memories attached to that, a lot of bad memories attached to that.
It just sucked that because like you guys started that when it was in the pandemic. For
Yeah,
real.
that
So
was
like
all-
it wasn't like a lot of places to
Yeah.
play. Like I was trying to get y'all those shows and shit.
Yeah, it was tough. The whole thing was tough. All of us were kind of like going through our own like evolutions as people at the same time. I was getting married. Dan was just got married, and the other one was just like trying to figure out his own shit. And it became, at the end of the day, it became difficult to kind of like align views and align like what were we doing. And if I may, I don't want to get too sad, but like we did have a member pass away in 2020. So I'm sorry, 2021. And so it became like really difficult to like continue that project with that name because it was like, it meant less after the fact. Like it was already dying, but like when that happened, it was like, okay, this doesn't need anything else. Like this, it told its story, and it's beautiful. I think moving on is beautiful, especially with music, because like
highly agree.
because when you never leave the shit you did before, it becomes part of you, and then you kind of use it in your other thing. Like you felt confidence then, and you feel confidence now because you know the person, and you continue doing that. So yeah, but thank you for saying it was good.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that tip. Like it's almost like walking backwards is like kind of like a loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Move on.
It's like, what's the point?
Let that be what it is and keep it moving.
It's funny because she's gonna hate me for saying this, but my wife heard the Neil's record when she was like, "Are you guys gonna play shows?" Like, yeah, it's the plan. She goes, "Are you gonna play Superman songs?" I was like, "No." She goes, "I like those songs." I'm like, "They're dead. They're gone." She's oh. So it's like it's tough. It's tough for us too because like you got to put a whole set together. Our whole album's 20 minutes, so it's like a hardcore album length, but it's not. So it's like a whole thing. But yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, man, since you're here during October is St. Icky's 31 Days of Horror. That's why I'm watching a horror movie every single day. Every day, everything I watch on TV other than the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago Bears will be horror movies. And this week, I watched Halloween Resurrection, which is an underrated Halloween movie. For
I
real.
don't know if I agree with you there.
You don't think it's underrated?
What is your definition of underrated?
I feel like it's not a people. I feel like it's a good one that people don't go to as much. People think it's shitty and it's not.
What year? Which one is this? Because there's like 1,000 of them. So
This is the one. This is the one that came out in maybe like 2002.
Okay.
It had the dude from Smart House in it.
Wait. Taj Mori?
No. That's Smart Guy. Smart.
I was like, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother.
Busta Rhymes was
related?
Busta Rhymes was in it. Yeah. What? No.
Oh.
Busta Rhymes was in the movie.
Busta Rhymes was that's crazy.
You don't remember Busta Rhymes? The one that Busta Rhymes was in? So what it was?
Yeah, that one
is,
sucked.
I knew he was in some movie. Damn,
it was this the one where they
was he good in it?
It was like he actually thought he killed Michael.
Yeah,
as you
and
know,
then he
you
goes
know.
on a boat and he gets killed.
Spoilers.
I'm sorry. Hashtag spoilers.
Y'all don't need to see that movie.
Sorry, y'all.
This one is the one where it's like when the internet first came out and they were like live streaming, like you spend a night in the house, in the Michael Myers house and
In
shit.
2002?
Yeah. It was like they had big ass computers, the big ass backs and shit. Everybody was watching the computer. They had all the IMAX, the colored backs and shit. It was like that era for real.
I was 12.
I used to have one.
Well, yeah, dude. I remember like when that shit came out. I remember I saw it at the show. Me and my boy Chris, his mama took us up there to go see it. I remember she picked us up and went back to their crib, and she was like, "All right, Perry, well, I'll see you later." And I'm like, y'all want me to walk home after seeing this movie, yo? I'm scared. I was like 12.
I can't believe that movie is that old.
Yeah, yo. But it's a decent one. It's definitely a decent Halloween movie, for real. I watched this movie called House of Spoils. It was on Amazon, I believe. But it was actually decent. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was about this chef that like opens up this restaurant. It was like food horror. Like garden horror. She opened up a restaurant in upstate New York. It was like Gordon Ramsay, like Michelin star like restaurant she was trying to open, but she moved into this haunted kitchen, and like every time she bring fresh produce and media, the next day it'd be spoiled. And it was like like kitchen nightmare.
Gordon Ramsay be pissed, dude.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay, yeah.
It's raw.
If Gordon Ramsay they should have paid for it to be in that movie.
Was it
Dreadful.
He'll spit your shit out. He wouldn't even say dreadful. He'll spit your shit out if you serve him some bullshit for real in your face.
What's your favorite horror movie?
Mine?
Yeah.
Man, so I was talking to someone about this, and it sounds I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So all those movies were kind of like lost to time for me, like like Scream and all that shit. I saw Scream for the first time last week.
The first one?
First one.
Nice.
I saw it in Julian's backyard.
Sick.
That was dope. But yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch scary movies. But like when I was a kid, the scariest movie I ever saw was Anastasia.
Rasputin.
That Rasputin scene near the end is freaking horror,
It's definitely a thing.
dude.
It
It's
is
so
horror.
scary.
Spoil it. I've never seen
Well,
it.
it's crazy.
I don't remember. I just remember being I remember crying.
I just remember the green
But like
smoke.
The
Rasputin,
green smoke, yeah.
Rasputin was a real evil nigga for real. He was a real dude that was actually evil for real.
He wanted to kill them. Like,
Yeah.
he meant it.
He was on that for real, yo.
Yeah.
He it's like historic accounts, like it's like accounts, like motherfuckers that wrote about it from back in the day. The nigga Rasputin was pure evil.
Evil.
They said they killed him, and he came. He was on some Jesus shit. He came back, bro.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, but
I was watching Ancient Aliens. They was talking about it on Ancient Aliens,
Rasputin.
and
Don't
they
do
were
this.
like,
Don't
how
do
do people? No, for real though.
Don't do
they
this.
was like, could he have been contacted by aliens? Like,
No.
why was he actually this magical evil man for real? Like what happened in Anastasia apparently really happened for real.
Okay.
He was on that.
so he had green ass smoke
Yeah.
that came from the ground.
Yeah,
and he
probably.
he suspended the mother in a glass bulb. From what I remember, like
probably.
that happened in real life.
Yeah, I think so
That's
for
pretty.
real.
That's pretty fire.
Look, G, you could look up Rasputin and see what time he was on.
I like this beer. This beer is pretty good.
Like he really looked like that too. That's actually how he looked for real.
Oh no, yeah, for real, yeah. he looked wild. He did not comb his hair. And then as I got older, like The Strangers kind of fucked me up.
The Strangers
The
definitely
first
fucked
one,
me up for
because
real.
I didn't think it was that scary when like I watched it, and then I went home and I was like, oh shit, like
That's because we was in the burbs and we used to go
Yeah.
to like niggas' lake houses and shit.
Yeah.
Like that was a thing that motherfuckers
Yeah.
did. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, I could see this shit happening, yo, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't have nowhere to go.
I mean, luckily for me, you remember I live in the third floor of an apartment, so I was not scared. But and then recently, Late Night with the Devil.
What's that?
fucked
Real
me
good.
up.
What's that?
Late Night with the Devil is like it's not really indie, but it's like a smaller film. And man, it's so good. It's based off like a one night the way they make you feel horror is so unique in that movie. And it's all about like feels. It felt like so 1980s, like Shining, that kind of shit, where like it was such subtle things that made you feel uncomfortable. Like the actress breaking the fourth wall, just continuously staring at the camera. And that stuck with me for like days. That like the look that she would give at the camera. And it was like this blank face kind of stare. And like, I don't like devil shit. I didn't know it was devil shit. Of course, I lay down the devil. But like, duh. But like, it was so scary. Like, the I don't want to ruin it. Please watch the movie. It's that good. But like, it's great.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so good.
What's the name of it again?
Late Night with the Devil.
Late Night with the Devil. Let me write that down because somebody asked me yesterday when we was at the show yesterday. Somebody asked me like, "What's the last thing that fucked you up?" And I was like, I can't even think of the last thing that fucked me up for real. I'm so numb to horror movies. I didn't see everything. Like,
I think
it's hard for them to actually make me scared for real.
I think as I get older, body horror fucks me up. So like Suspiria.
Oh yeah, that shit was that shit kind of fucked me up. Suspiria was good as hell for real. You seen it, Bailey?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that shit. That shit was good
That
as hell.
scene is too long.
When I first seen it, my homegirl came over. We was out drinking, and she came back to the crib. And she's like, "You should watch the movie Suspiria." We ate some mushrooms, bro. I was tweaking.
Why?
I didn't know I was gonna. I ate the mushrooms. I was freaking out watching this shit, G. And
That's a bad
and then I woke up. I woke up the next morning. I was like, I have to watch this again to see if it was the mushrooms tweaking. And this movie really crazy.
Was it just as bogus?
No, it wasn't not just as bogus. The mushrooms was fucking me up.
Okay.
But
Her body twisted for 5
when
minutes.
she was
straight.
that mirror scene,
Yes,
G, that
yes.
shit was crazy. Yeah, that was actually the last movie that kind of fucked me up because I was on drugs.
I mean, it's the most uncomfortable I've ever been. Like, Claire invited some friends over, and I'm not gonna say what happened, but like Claire felt uncomfortable, because like it went on too long. She went to the kitchen and put her headphones in, and she comes back out. She's like, I can still hear the cracking. It was that bad. It's brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah. It was the movie definitely good. I definitely get that shit. I get that shit a 9.3 out of 10.
Suspiria.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the whole thing since I saw it in Music Box like forever ago. So I gotta see it again.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Y'all watch any horrors? You watch any horrors, baby?
Always, all the time. I just before you guys came over, we were watching The Thing, but I've seen it a million
The
times.
Thing is underrated. G.
The Thing is definitely underrated.
The Thing is
the original
fire.
one is.
Didn't the original one like bombed in theaters? Like no one saw it.
I think it did. Yeah, originally, it did not do well.
That's how
originally,
movies used
which
to
is
do.
insane.
That's why, like, That's why I don't get none of this rating shit. Like, I don't give a fuck for it. Like, I know
You gotta
people
see
that
it
will
for
only.
yourself.
I know people that like will scroll through movies and then before they watch the movie, they got to look at the Rotten Tomato. I don't.
That's
fuck
crazy.
Because you know why? Rotten Tomatoes hates hood movies for real. And my favorite hood movies have like 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
For real?
Hell yeah, yo. All of the hood movies.
Well, why would you be looking at Rotten Tomatoes
No,
when you're
I'm-
trying to look select a hood movie?
But
You're
I'm
like, I
just
wonder
saying,
what it
but
says on
that's why
Rotten
I
Tomatoes.
discredited. That's why I can't
what's-
give them no credit for real.
What's like a I don't know.
All right, say a
Tales from
movie
the
like,
Crypt.
What is a hood film?
like a good hood movie. Like
What is Set It Off
see what they
rated?
get, Baby Boy. See what Baby Boy is for real.
Okay,
I bet you-
I've seen Baby Boy. There are too many sex scenes in Baby Boy.
There's a lot of it.
There's a lot of it. Okay.
It's definitely giving body oil, nigga. R.I.P. Ving Rhames.
Y'all are twisted.
Because it was very...
Was that Tyrese? That was
Yeah, it was
Tyrese.
Tyrese.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Ving
but
Rhames
like
was in it
Ving
too.
Rhames was his dad. Yeah, there was naked.
Tyrese had a freaking like 24 pack.
Or like, what do they give shots?
Crazy.
That's my thing. What do Rotten
24
Tomatoes give shots? Because I give shots at 9.3.
But I feel like you use Rotten Tomatoes to and I don't use it because
Shotas is
whatever.
a horrible movie.
You use it
Shots is
to
an amazing movie for real. Shots is an amazing movie for real. I
You use it
love
to
Shots.
cross-reference like things like you're not sure, not like
bad,
these
dude.
other
But I'm
these
just
classic
saying.
movies.
But what I'm saying is people that won't watch a movie if the Rotten Tomatoes score is low.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the Rotten Tomatoes because there's movies that I love that like look.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about Rotten
Space
Tomatoes
Jam.
until you just brought it up right now.
Space Jam has like a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. And we all know it's 100%.
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I think The Matrix has a low like
They
score
gave
too. For
they
like,
gave Paid in
Yo,
Full.
that soundtrack though.
Paid
yo.
in Full
Oh my
is
God.
23%.
Come on.
and then Matrix 2 had POD on the soundtrack.
Yep.
Bring
Let's go, baby.
The Matrix one and Rage Against the
Just saying.
Machine. That's how I got on Rage Against the Machine was through
Yo,
the Matrix. For
remember that
real.
Marilyn Manson song, Rock is Dead?
Oh my God.
What a track, yo.
The Matrix 2 soundtrack goes too hard. Like you guys don't
It's literally
understand.
banger after banger. Stabbing westward.
It's better than the Daredevil soundtrack from like
Wait, who's on that?
it's like Nickelback.
Oh, yeah.
It was Nickelback and Seether. It's like
Yeah.
it's Nickelback and Evanescence. It's like, and I heard you
Yeah.
love me well. That
Like
song.
Jeep Cherokee music.
I am so sorry for doing that. I'm giving people like PTSD from like Daredevil.
I know exactly what's up. Staring down the barrel of a 45.
Closer. Closer,
Like,
closer, closer.
The Hellboy soundtrack, shit like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, let's go. We can trash soundtracks all day.
That is possibly the worst. I bought that.
Yeah.
I went to Target and I bought that with my own money.
Yeah. Buying soundtracks was the move. That was like the first.
I had the Wild Wild West soundtrack. I had the Matrix
tracks.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
I had
You had the Men in Black soundtrack or the
Hell
Men
yeah.
in Black cassette.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like my mama would have soundtracks. Nutty
Yeah.
Professor soundtrack. You know what I'm
Waiting
saying?
to Excel.
The Nutty Professor soundtrack was fire.
Yeah.
Did Eddie Murphy get down on that? Because like we need another song. Like,
We need another Eddie
Party
Murphy
All the
song.
Time is a freaking jam.
Yeah. Track.
Classic.
My mom used to have soundtracks too. Waiting to Excel.
Waiting to Exhale soundtrack.
That soundtrack is an emotional roller coaster for
What
real.
is the Bodyguard?
The Bodyguard.
What the fuck we talking
Whitney
about?
Houston. Like,
Top tier movie.
oh my god.
I had the Batman soundtrack with Prince, yo.
Was that was
Batman
Seal
Returns.
Too?
Oh, yeah.
That was a Seal, right?
No, that was
Kiss from a
Batman
Rose?
Forever.
Okay.
Kiss from a Rose. Batman Forever soundtrack. Well, I like really want to like do a soundtrack for a movie, yo.
That'd be
Like,
fun.
my boy Jamal on the way. Where's Jamal? My boy Jamal, he working on a movie right now. I was like, please let me do the soundtrack, dude.
I would love to do like sounds for like a movie. I forgot there's a name for that. I forgot what it is. But like
Will you score it?
no, not scoring, just the sounds, like the squinching of like
yeah.
organs or like, the stepping of steps and that kind of jazz. It seems like fun. Like yeah. Like a lot of work.
Oh yeah. It feels like it seems like it's much more difficult than you think.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I wish I remember a name. It's a weird name for the profession.
Yeah.
I can't remember it though.
Devin, my boy Devin scoring a movie right now. He was showing me the file. I didn't know you could bring in the movie file in the Ableton, and he's like scoring this shit while watching the movie. I didn't know it was like that. I'm like, this could be fire for
That's
I
like
should do.
it's like I Love You Man when he has to do like all the scores for like
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, let's get into it. We got 5 more minutes to get into the sports minute,
My
man.
bad.
The NBA. This is the last weekend of NBA preseason. The season starts next week. And I was definitely gassing up the 76ers.
Why?
When I heard they got Paul George, I was on the pod gassing
Great
up
response.
the 76ers. And then Paul George is injured already.
Yeah,
for real.
shocker.
Is he for real?
Yeah.
He's injured already, June.
So you have a diva that doesn't want to play back to backs. You had the
Yeah.
most overrated. And
then
you got Paul George who hasn't played a full season in 4 years.
Paul George is injured for real? What
Yeah.
happened?
He like fucked his
stepped
leg
backwards and his knee
his
went the wrong
leg
way.
bent crazy for real. Like it was nasty.
It was
for
like
real.
it was like
Damn, it was like that. Oh, so it's a wrap. It's a
yeah.
wrap.
It looked
no,
like it looked bad.
but
for
they're
real.
like, no, he's fine. I'm like, no, it wasn't. He
They
went the wrong
said
way.
they said he don't have no structural damage to
Yeah,
his leg.
okay.
But like the last time I heard that phrase structural damage is when they said that about Zach LaVine, and this nigga was not the same for 2 years. For
Last
real.
time I heard that was Christian McCaffrey this year, and okay, we're done. Okay. It's fine. Anyways.
But yeah, and then Joel Embiid came out and said he not playing no more back-to-back games for real.
Yeah, he did.
And I do not like that energy for real.
No, it's
I don't
trash.
like that energy at all for real. Cause I can't just be like I ain't going to work.
No, it like if you really break it down, like we're talking about like champions, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
NBA champions. Like did Tim Duncan take days off because he was tired?
Absolutely not.
Just to give you an example, like we're like Kobe. Okay, there was that year, but like outside of that, it's like he never took days off. Jordan never took days off unless he really had to.
I like the Tim Duncan comparison a lot.
LeBron,
100%.
Well, like Tim Duncan, like he just never gave a shit. Like he was just like
backboard.
He apparently
We're not gonna do this.
Apparently,
That's not true. Don't say backboard.
No, he was
Isn't
the
it
big fundamental. The big fundamental. The nigga be wearing sandals. He be wearing leather sandals and shit.
When I grew up,
He don't care what y'all thinking.
I had.
Oh yeah, true that. Yeah,
I went to like the book fair shit.
yeah.
And I had a 7'2" poster of Tim Duncan in my house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But our house was too small, so like his head was like
Bent a little bit.
but it was dope.
Nate's a Texas boy. Y'all don't fuck with the Spurs like that though, do you?
Yeah, but I fuck with Texas.
Spurs were my second favorite team.
For real?
Manu Ginobili, boy.
Because when I was growing
Now
up,
it's beef.
It was.
I was just praising them. Now it's beef.
This is lame, but like it was because of Steve Kerr. Because Steve Kerr was on the Bulls.
Yeah.
And then when I was a kid, I was like, I want to follow my players. So Pippen went to the Blazers, and then
I always forget about that.
Kerr went to the Bulls.
Kerr to the Spurs. Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, David Robinson,
A beast.
Steve Kerr, Tim Duncan,
In
in 1999,
Michael Finley.
Jordan year, Knicks in the finals. We're gonna sweep them. 9 years old saying that shit.
It's over for y'all pussies.
Spurs County.
You know what energy I did like? That I saw this week in sports? The Detroit Pistons. Their coach said that he enforcing a strict dress code. Everybody, if you're not playing, you have to wear a suit or a button up. No more of that shit.
Is he David Stern?
Yes.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes. I like that energy.
I
you know
hate that
why?
energy.
No, because you know why? The Detroit Pistons had the longest losing streak in NBA history last year. Ain't
Whose
no
fault?
room for none of that shit.
And whose fault is that?
The coach.
The coach.
You hear y'all, well, coach, he a bad, but that's the thing. He got a bad too. Everybody ain't no coming through the tunnel when
You're
y'all
giving-
niggas then lost 50 games in a
You
row.
gave Killian Hayes starting minutes.
You
for
can still
half
get
the
a
year.
suit. Yeah, you can still get a suit off. Like
No. We trying to win over. But I understand
What is
that.
it- what's the
I understand
difference?
that.
What?
I understand that
Sorry.
for another organ. But like,
Amiri's fit just as tight as Tom Brown's.
No,
bro. Like
no,
it doesn't
bro.
matter.
Did you guys-
We have to be all basketball. Everything we thinking about right now need to be basketball.
Okay, then don't wear suits. Wear basketball shorts to the tunnel.
Wear some, but like all this recreation gotta stop. Like that's the thing. If the White Sox said the same thing, I'd be like, yeah, y'all need to do something, bro. Y'all need to straighten up.
But a suit is not necessarily the answer.
Look, man.
I've never been so happy seeing that record. Anyways, continue.
Also, I don't like the idea of motherfuckers getting cracked by a whip.
No,
bro.
that's
Like,
lame. That's lame as hell.
I fuck with it for real. I like that discipline
Nah.
for real. Cause motherfuckers out here doing podcasts and doing all sorts of other shit, bro.
Okay, they can
before
still
y'all
do the
need to
podcast.
be playing.
They can still
Before
do the
y'all doing
podcast.
basketball. Basketball should be your number one priority if you on this team getting
So what does
paid
a
for real.
suit have to do with that? It's
Y'all-
not
I mean,
discipline.
if
A
you're-
suit does nothing.
Y'all
These are
shouldn't
rich
be worried.
niggas.
You shouldn't be worried about what you wearing in the tunnel, nigga.
You can still go crazy with the suit, though.
But they not. But that's the thing, though. But they not.
They're going to. What are you talking about?
I need y'all to be disciplined. We need to. Ain't no reason why. Same thing with the White Sox, bro.
They're not
Ain't-
going to the tunnel with Joseph A. Banks
listen.
suits on. They're still going to get fits off.
White
and
Sox are a
wear
Jerry
their alley look.
Ransdorf team. You cannot.
But
stop.
I'm saying, I don't.
They're still going to wear
bruh,
chains over the tie.
Jerry Reinsdorf
Like,
team, but like them niggas was dropping the ball.
This is not high school. This is not high school.
But look,
Like,
this is what I said though, G.
These are 35-year-old men
Yeah.
told to put on a
That,
suit.
in
They're
2000,
gonna be like,
I mean,
"Alright,
that's-
I'm gonna run that."
hold on, that sounds deep as hell.
in 2024, no professional team should be breaking records about how shitty we are. We have progressed this far in sports for real.
That's a team you choose to cheer for.
I said that. I don't want the White Sox. Should nobody be wearing no jewelry on the White Sox?
Hey, it
That's
happens.
reserved for the Mets. Niggas that's winning games for real. If y'all had the worst record ever in baseball, period. Y'all niggas, when we paying
I was
y'all
so
money,
happy.
And we paying y'all money to do this. I don't want to see no jewelry. I don't want to see no podcast. Everything need to be baseball.
And I'm gonna do all that and still pull up with a Tom Brown suit.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
You
though.
will not play.
Even if it was all baseball, you would have all that with no baseball
Because
they were fucking
Because
horrible.
look, at this point, you said this is not high school. At this point, do y'all niggas even know high school basketball at this point? The shit that y'all doing? That y'all can't win one game?
I just like I don't get so apparently long shorts coming back for like basketball
Y'all
players.
saying that? Yeah, I fuck with it.
And someone was mentioning like so Kyrie wears like the short shorts and like Harden and all those guys and Curry the guys actually dribble and it's like it's gonna be kind of cool seeing like the AI shit again like through like the long shorts because like it's like an illusion.
Yeah.
It's like like where'd the ball go?
Yeah.
Hot sauce when you football in this shirt.
Was it Mike Williams? Oh god, I can't remember his name. The guy from Sacramento.
Mike Bibby.
Mike no the guy
Jason Williams.
Jason Williams.
Wow,
yeah.
I combined Mac. I was a big Sacramento Kings fan apparently.
White chocolate.
White chocolate.
Pause.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
No, that elbow pass. Yeah, that's good.
That shit funny as hell, dog, man. But shit, well, anything else you got to you need to
plug your
plug
shit,
while you out
baby.
here? Plug y'all all y'all shit.
We are Neels, KNEELS. Check us out on all streaming platforms. We are on Instagram, but like it's not really we're not really social media guys right now. So like we'll get to it, don't worry. But yeah, check us out if you want. If you want to be sad with us, hell yeah. But if you want to like feel good, check it out too because I think we got something for you. Appreciate you guys, really do.
Yeah, dog.